In this video, we're going to upcycle a bead and chain necklace into a completely new design. I know, I do that all the time, right? But this time, it became more than just an upcycled necklace.
Avante jewelry, come and see. Jewelry making inspiration for free. New and upcycled design so bright. Creative ideas day and night.
If you're new to the channel, I'm Vickie, and as I said in my brief opening, we are going to upcycle a bead and chain necklace from the Nancy haul, if you recall the haul of jewelry from Nancy. And I had a vision, but I didn't know if I could pull it off. So I did take the necklace apart a few days prior to practice because, sometimes I want to practice a little bit when it's a completely new idea to me or new style or new design to me. So that's what I did. And I was a little melancholy that day, a little under the weather. So my voice is a little bit soft, but well, I might do a voice overlay. We'll see which one you get, the soft voice or the overlay. But anyway, yeah, I'm so excited. Let's make this necklace. Well, I actually made two necklaces, the practice necklace and then the final necklace, and a simple pair of earrings to go with it. Well, you'll see. Let's get started. I don't know if my voice is going to record properly or not because I'm having an issue, but here goes nothing. I'm going to take this necklace apart so I can start playing with it. See what we can make. Unbranded, 2 strands of chain, 2 strands of beads. I need to see what I have here to work with. Well, I can't cut the chain, but I'm going to cut the beads. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and loosen up here. I don't know which part's going to come out there so that I can remove this. Everything's attached to a jump ring. So let's open the jump ring. I've been wanting to play with this for days. We have almost every color covered. We have purple and green and blue and aqua and brown, black. Yeah, lots of colors to work with. Let's get this apart. I might be able to reuse some of the wire. You never know. Depends on how kinky it is. It's a little bit kinky here. A little bit. Some reason. Okay, it's because the wire is kinked. It's a lot of wire, but some of it's not usable, as I said. This is what we have for beads. It doesn't look like much. Not anymore, anyway. And then we have the chain. Same thing here. I'm going to remove this bead cap, loosen this up, open up the jump ring. One more jump ring. And I'll set the wire aside. As I said, I might be able to upcycle some of it. But that's a lot of chain to work with. We still have our lobster clasp jump rings, these bead caps, extension chain, another jump ring, and the beads. This is what we have to work with. Unless I add some other things. It's 3 days later. I'm feeling a little bit better. Yeah, let's do this. This is what I have. I have some of the curb chain, the jewel tone beads, and about the beads, there was one color that we can't use. The prettiest color of all, this aqua color. The beads are larger than the rest of these, and the hole is larger. So sadly, I can't use this color. So I'm going to set that aside. But we do have all of these colors we can use. And then the silver tone beads are 5mm. So if you're going to get into your bead stash or pre-owned jewelry and upcycle it, you need 6mm and 5mm beads, along with the chain. This is the lobster clasp and jump rings from the original necklace. I have a couple of eye pins in there. I have lots of 2-inch head pins. Yes, 2-inch head pins and a few 1-inch head pins. For tools, I have 2 pairs of flat nose pliers. And because I'd like to make a pair of earrings, I've got my round nose pliers. And honestly, this is pretty much all we need to make this necklace and a simple pair of earrings. Where do we start? Well, we start with the chain. So let's set everything else aside. We don't even need the beads yet. We just need the chain. And I have 2 pieces. Let's see how long these are. We've got 12 plus 6. So we have an 18-inch length. And then we have 12, well, 12 plus 12, 24, almost 25. So about an 18 and 25. But we don't need it that long. Not for the necklace that we're going to make today. But we do need about 18 inches. So let me just go ahead here. We've got 12 and 6. So about 18 inches for the first piece of chain. Just going to get my flat nose pliers here and open up one of these lengths. And it is challenging to work with curb chain. I don't know that you have to have curb chain, but that's what I'm using. Oops, I just dropped it. Oh, good, it came apart. Yay, it came apart already. And this link is intact. This is the one I opened, so I'm going to go ahead and close that. But curb chain is the only type of chain that I've tried this idea on. So if you use a different type of chain, I'm sure the necklace is going to look different. So there's my longest piece, 18 inches. And this one needs to be at least an inch shorter, at least. And we can adjust this at the end. So if that's 18, we need 17. So 12 plus 5. I'm going to take a little bit off of here. And you have to get a really good grip on this chain. It is slightly twisted, making it challenging. Plus it's heavy chain. 18-inch piece and a 17-inch piece. Longer chain at the bottom, shorter chain at the top. We need to find the center point of each chain. I'm just going to use a 2-inch head pin to mark that center point. It's not going to be in there very long. Same thing with the bottom chain. It's very important that we start from the center because we're working our way out. We can most certainly adjust the necklace a little bit on the ends if we want to make it a little shorter or perhaps even a little bit longer, but we need to find the center point. This is where we start again with a 2-inch head pin. I'm going to add a silver bead, a 5mm bead. I am going to be working from the top on that center link. I'm going to pull that out now, and I'm going to work through the bottom. Let's start with black. Let's add a black, silver, black, and then go back through the center link of the bottom chain. You want to start out in the center. Now I'm going to pull that out. All right, you see what we have here? And then add another silver bead. Get a hold of that head pin. That's why 2 inches is helpful on the head pin. You need to have something you can get a hold of. Push the beads down. Bend this at a right angle, just like you would if you were making a pair of earrings. I've shown that lots of times. I did put a mark on my round nose pliers with my permanent marker. Trim this down to about 3/8 of an inch. And I do have a mark on here so that I can be consistent with my loops. I'm going to wires flush, make a loop, spin on me, and close the loop. It's as simple as that. Straighten it up if you need to. Okay, let's straighten this up so you can see. The round bead is at the top and the loop is at the bottom. Let's do this again. Add a silver bead to the head pin. Here's where we want to skip at the top of the necklace, the top chain, not the longer one, the shorter one. We want to skip one link in between. So I'm going to go to the second link from this one in between. Again, I'm going to add some beads. I think this time I'll go with this pretty jade color. The green bead, the silver bead, the green bead, just because that's the pattern that I decided to go with. But this time we have to do something different. Instead of going just one link in between, we have to go 2. Yes, 2. That means I'm going to get a hold of the head pin, and it does help to have a 2-inch head pin to hold on to. I'm going to back this out just a little bit, and I'm looking here. I want my chain straight. Okay, I don't want it twisted. I'm in this link right here. 1, 2. I'm going to go to the third one so that there's 2 links in between. 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom, making sure the chain isn't twisted. Let's add another silver bead. Push the beads down. Bend this at a right angle, about 3/8 of an inch. Wires flush, using the marks that I made on my round nose pliers as my guide, and just closing this up. Close it up and straighten it up as needed. So let's take a look at what we have. We have loops at the bottom, a bead at the top. And this is what we're going to do. The center one is just straight up and down, but each bead bar, if you will, that we add is going to skip one at the top, two at the bottom. Let's do another one. Let's add a silver bead, and I'm working from the top, so I'm going to just skip one in between, one link. When I say skip one, I mean one link. What color shall we go with? How about this maroon color? So I've skipped one at the top. Let's skip two at the bottom. Make sure the chain is not kinked up, not twisted. I'm going to skip two. Two in between. It might look like more right now, but it's just because this is floating around here in the center. Then add another silver bead or whatever color you decided to go with. Pushing the beads down, bending this at a right angle. It's very repetitive. Trying to get a hold of that. It's spinning on me. About 3/8 of an inch. Wires flush. Make a loop, close the loop, straighten the loop. Let's take a look at it. This is what we have. You getting the idea now? And the reason we have to skip two in between here is because the necklace is going to curve like this. And I found out from my practice run. Yes, as I said, I had a practice run. So glad I did. So glad I did. Because I learned a lot and I'm able to share with you what I learned. If I don't skip two down here, it doesn't get that nice curvature that we're going for. So that's why I'm doing that. Another head pin, silver bead. We're at the top, so we're going to skip one in between. What color shall we go with? How about blue? You might be doing yours in all the same color. Your 5mm beads, instead of being silver, could be gold or another color. And the 6mm beads, like what I'm using in color, they could all be the same color. You may not have different colors like I have to work with. Carefully, patiently, coming down through here, making sure the chain isn't twisted, skipping two in between, coming up through, add the silver bead, push the beads down, bend it at a right angle, about 3/8 of an inch. Wires flush, make a loop, close the loop. Okay, now, did this get locked up in here? Almost got locked up. If the bead before the loop isn't laying right and it seems to be getting locked up in the chain, well, just play with your chain a little bit until it's floating in the center a little better, because that can happen. It can kind of get locked up. You want your chain to be straight. You don't want it twisted. You don't want it kinked up. You want it to lay really, really nice. So this is the pattern I'm going with, and I'm not sure how far out I'm going to build this, but I'll tell you what, I'm going to keep choosing some colors. I think you've got the idea now. And when I have several of these on here, I'll pop back in. I will play you a song that I wrote for this video. Before I play my song and fast forward, I just want to say that since this is my center point, this black, instead of working to the left, I'm going to start working to the right. I'm going to add 3 to the right, and then I'll start alternating. All right, let's do this.
Let's upcycle a necklace. Come along with me. A length of chain shining with possibility. Round beads in many colors bright. Take it apart and bring new life. Rearrange the beads and chain with care. Inspiration and creativity is everywhere. Make it into something new tonight. One of a kind and feeling right. Take what's old and make it shine. Create a unique design every single time. You can do this too. Just design and create. Something special made by you is never second rate. Hope you're feeling inspired. Try this idea today. Get into your bead stash and let your heart lead the way. Make a collar necklace bold and true, using many beads or just a few. Design a simple pair of earrings to match. Have fun creating from your jewelry. Make and stash. Take what's old and make it shine. Create a unique design every single time. Vintage sparkle sparkle or beads of jewel tones. Turn old pieces into treasures of our own. Separate the chain and add the beads. Follow all your creative dreams. Every color tells a story, every bead can shine. A little imagination remakes the old redesign. Something special to wear with pride. Creativity glowing from the inside. Take what's old and make it shine. Create a unique design every single time. You can do this too, just design and create. Something special made by you is never second rate. Hope you're feeling inspired. Try this idea today. Get into your bead stash and let your heart lead the way. Make a collar necklace, bold and true. Using many beads or just a few. Make a simple pair of earrings to match. Have fun creating from your jewelry making stash.
I am to the point where I have the black in the center and 3 colors to each side. You can see what it looks like now as I curve it just a little bit. I'm thinking I have this one here twisted. Didn't mean to do that, but I'm checking it here. So I think I need to redo this one. Yeah, somehow believe I twisted that chain. So I'm going to take this one off and redo it. All right, I think I'm going to add some more to this. So I'm going to continue on trying not to twist my chain because, you know, I did not want to twist my chain, but I saw it and I fixed it. I just have to think about what color is next. I have this color here that I could use, and I'm going to have to start repeating the colors. I really wish I could use those, but like I said, they're bigger. They're obviously larger. Is there any color that I've missed in here? Do you see anything? Got the blue, the purple, and the maroon, the jade. Oh yeah, there is a blue, but that's blue there. Now I wish I didn't have blue there, but I don't have this kind of translucent aqua color here. I don't want to put it right up against there. I'm going to put this one here. So let's just get this party started again here with one link in between at the top. I don't know if I said, but these are just plastic beads, but you know, no one would ever know just looking at them. All right, I'm trying to make sure that my chain isn't twisted. I'm backing down just a little bit, holding on to that head pin, hoping I don't pop my beads out. And then third one, like I said, you have to be patient with this, but it's completely doable. The silver bead, push them down. Make sure you push them down so that they're all you know, butted up against each other. And this does spin around. Let's put this translucent one on the other end. It's more of an aqua one in between. You could even put a rhinestone rondelle in between these beads instead of another silver bead. All right, I need to find my third link. Make sure it's not twisted. 2, 3. You can lay it flat to check it. Looks good. Push the beads down, add that final bead at the bottom. And of course the bead needs to be large enough that it doesn't slip through your chain. I don't know what size chain you'll be using, but your beads have to be large enough that they don't slip through there, or that will defeat the purpose of having beads on there at all, because it's not going to stay connected if the beads slip through. They're too small. And don't worry too much about your loops and if they're going different directions. Looking good to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I'm going to go further because I didn't go very far on the first one that I made when I was playing around because I didn't want to use up too many beads. But I think I'm going to go a little further, and I think I'm going to work in a black here and a black here. So let's pick up on each side one at a time till we decide how many beads that we want. And I'm working in the black beads. So at the top we skip how many? Just 1. Okay. And then at the bottom, we skip 2. Same thing. So it's the third link with 2 in between. Getting the hang of it now? I'm sure you'll be doing this at a later time. After watching this video, you can always come back and watch it again. I think it helps sometimes to watch something a couple of times before you try to do it, or have it playing along with it doing it. Again, if it gets kinked up a little bit, just work with it slightly. It just, sometimes the chain just slips underneath that last bead just a little bit. So there, got it. Patience. That's what it takes. Patience. And just a few beads and a little bit of chain and a little bit of time.
Inspiration is everywhere you see, in every beat and memory. Take what's old and make it shine. Create a unique design every single time. Let's upcycle a necklace, make it fresh and new.
Take a look at this, remembering that it's going to curve like this. I'm just not sure how many more we can put on here and still keep the curvature that I'm going for. You can see how the 2 links in between here allows this to be more flexible. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I had only done 9 on my practice one. I'll show that to you at the end of the video. Oh gosh, I think I'm going to push the envelope just a little more. At this point of making the jewelry, I knew it was going a slightly different direction. What is that direction? Well, I like to make what I call wearable art. And by the time I was done with this necklace, that's what I believed I had made was wearable art. Like this wearable art necklace from a video a while back. You know, sometimes things just evolve. You don't really know what you're going to end up with, but you end up with a piece that's so unique and so striking that, yeah, I think it classifies as wearable art. So I wrote another song in the middle of making this video, and it's simply called Wearable Art Collar Necklace. Let's add the rest of the beads and then a clasp, and I made some changes there too. And listen to the Wearable Art Collar Necklace. Cue music. And fast forward.
I started out with a necklace plan, a bead and chain designed by hand, a collar necklace neat and smart. But something magic took its part. Multi-strand chain laid on the table, colorful beads so bright and playful. Piece by piece I took apart. Never knew it would become wearable art. It took a little time, some patience for sure, but every bead I placed made it more and more. Whoa, it turned into wearable art, a one-of-a-kind right from the start. Multicolored beads and dangles that sway, a striking creation that steals the day. More than just a necklace, now it became a wow, and I'm so proud. Upcycling jewelry is so much fun, turning old into something stunning and undone. The beaded dangles caught the light, swinging and dancing bold and bright. What began as an old design became a treasure so divine. Chain and beads in every shade, a brand new statement piece was made. From an old necklace tucked away to wearable art I want to display. It took imagination and creativity too, but the end result was worthwhile, and you can do this too. Whoa, it turned into wearable art, a one-of-a-kind right from the start. Multicolored beads and dangles that sway, a striking creation that steals the day. More than just a necklace, now it became a wow, and I'm so proud. Upcycling jewelry is so much fun, turning old into something stunning and undone. Get out your bead stash today, find an old necklace tucked away. Take it apart, let inspiration start, and make your own wearable art. Rearrange the chain, move beads around, new creative beauty can be found. Every piece has a story to share, waiting for loving hands that care, yeah.
Let's take another look at this, and I'll show you what I did here. You know, I started with black in the center. And once I had all the colors on here that I wanted to use, I picked up black again. And then this time I picked up the jade color to the right of the black and then went to the left. So here's the jade, here's the jade. Here's the burgundy, here's the burgundy. Burgundy red. And then here I went and picked up the purple that's to the left of the black. I put it to the right. And the green to the left of the black, I put it to the right. So I'm trying to pick up all the colors, and there's still enough chain to keep going here. I mean, it's looking so pretty. It is. But I still could go. I could go, let's see, make sure I have enough beads. Well, that's the thing. Do I have enough beads to do everything I want to do here? I can see that I'm getting low on some of the colors. Maybe I should stop here, and I'll tell you why. Every single one of these loops that we made at the bottom, I'm going to want to pair up that same color. And I see I only have one of these brown ones left. I need to have one of each bead because I'm doing multicolor. You may not need one of each bead, but because I'm doing multicolor, I need one of each because I want to dangle a matching color of bead to the bottom. Now, I could mix these up and not match them up at all. This is the only reason I'm thinking about stopping here, which it's longer than the one I made in my practice run, but I don't have any more of these brown. None. Zilch left. All right, I guess that's going to be my deciding factor. And as I said, I could mix up the colors here, but I really like the idea of staying with the same color that's above. So how are we going to attach these beads? Well, I did say we needed some 1-inch head pins. And so I'm going to take, let's just start with the green. This green right here, just putting a bead on a head pin. Now, it is really hard to bend a head pin when it's this short and this stiff and you only have one bead. So take your round nose pliers and just barely pick up the tip of this and bend that wire at a right angle. Yes, it's going to have a little bit of a drop, but that's okay. Trim that down to 3/8 of an inch and find your mark on your round nose pliers. Make a loop and close the loop. See, there's a little drop there. I can live with that. Open this up sideways and let's attach it to that loop, which is the bottom of the necklace. And the reason I said you didn't have to worry about which direction the loops are facing, well, they're going to spin around. Absolutely will spin around. So just close that up. And there's our first little dangle. See how easy that was? Take another head pin. This time we're going to do purple. Not putting any seed beads or anything, just going directly to the bead. Round nose pliers at the very tip. Get a hold, bend that at a right angle, trim it down to your 3/8, and get a hold of that head pin, wires flush. Make a loop. Whoops, I lost a hold of it. So make a loop, straighten it up if you need to, and close the loop. I have to straighten mine a little bit here. All right, then open it sideways and attach it to the bead bar that's purple or whatever color you're going with. It's going to get a little bit messy. We're going to be picking it up, laying it down, and attaching the little bead dangles. I'm going to go ahead and finish all of these, and then we will move on to the clasp. But you could, if you have enough beads, you could continue this as far as you like to make it a longer collar necklace around your neck. You decide what's best for you. But I'm going to go ahead and attach all of these beads.
Avante jewelry, come and see. Jewelry making inspiration for free. New and upcycle design so bright. Creative ideas day and night. DIY, let's have fun. Make a necklace one by
If you're enjoying this video as much as I'm enjoying making this jewelry in this video, I appreciate a thumbs up, a like, and be sure to comment and let me know what you think. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe and keep watching. There's more. Let's take a look at what we have here. Here's our necklace, our collar necklace. And as I said, you could keep going if you like. Just depends on what beads you're using. It's time to attach the clasp, and I was thinking about reusing these bead caps from the original necklace. I thought, why not? It could look really cool. Now, you can see, because the outer chain is wider, it's a little bit shorter because it's wider. Let me zoom out a little bit. But we can still bring these back together. They were about 1 inch difference. Figure the necklace is going to go around the neck, so it's going to shorten this up a little bit, and we can adjust it too. Might have to do a little bit of adjusting now. I'm going to hold this up and see. I'm just going to check it here. We do need to shorten up the center chain a little bit. We want to bring these together, so I'm going to remove a few links from the inner chain. Make this bead bar kind of straight. Line this up. And we are going to adjust, trying to get this untwisted here, and see what we need to do to bring these together. I think I need to remove a few links here. I'm going to just wing it. So we're going to add an extension chain. How many links did I remove there? Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means I want to remove 6 off of this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to open it here. We can always remove or add some more links back. Right now is where we're getting to the point where we're going to tweak it a little bit. All right, I have some jump rings left over from the original necklace. And I'm going to pick up this chain. Try to make sure that it's laying the direction that I want it to be and not twisted. Trying very hard not to twist this chain too much. All right, pick up the other link. That looks pretty good. And I am going to put this on an eye pin. Close up that jump ring because we're going to take this eye pin through this bead cap like this. It's only 2 lengths of chain, so probably a smaller bead cap would work better. Let me think on this bead cap for a minute. I should call it a bead cone. It's a flattened bead cone. I'm not so sure this looks right with just 2 chains. So what if I go to a smaller one? How about something like this? The jump ring's not disappearing inside like it should. Let's try this one. And I could always get a smaller jump ring. I think that might work. Yeah, I do think that's going to work. So I'm going to use this bead cone. And I'm going to go ahead and add another bead. Just going to pull out a silver plated bead here and add it to the top here. And push the beads down. Bend this at a right angle. Trim it down to about 3/8 of an inch. Make a loop. Close it up really well. And then let's see about attaching a jump ring to that loop. Doesn't matter if it's right or left because, as I said, this is a 2-sided necklace. It's completely reversible. So we've got our clasp on here. So these are out because I just think they're too big. This was out because it's too small. And this is just right. So let's go ahead and pick up the jump ring. And again, trying to keep this from twisting too much. Pick up the other one, the other end of the chain. And let's go through the eye pin. And if you don't have an eye pin, you can take a head pin and trim the head part off and turn it into an eye pin. I've shown you that before, but I'm just using an eye pin right now. Let's add a bead at the top. Push the beads down, bend that at a right angle, trim it down 3/8 approximately, make a loop. And by the way, this might look like a heavy necklace, but it's not because the beads are so light. It's not heavy at all. I need a jump ring for here, and I need a jump ring that the lobster clasp will go through. That's a little bit thick, so let's go with this one. I think this is also from, it's from the original necklace. Oh, let's pick up the extension chain. What did I do with the extension chain? I had it here a second ago. Where did it go? Extension chain. I did have it. I did. I heard something fall on the floor, but I didn't know what it was. I am going to go with the jump ring that is on the extension chain. I'm also going to switch to my flat nose pliers, so I have 2 pairs of flat nose pliers. Now we're also using the extension chain, upcycling that too. We have never made anything like this before on the channel, have we? For those of you who have followed me for a long time, never made anything like this. Isn't that cool? To me, it's a collar necklace because of the way it's designed and frames the neckline. And as I said, you could add the beads all the way around. I absolutely love it. But I do want to make a quick pair of earrings, just a simple pair of earrings. I think the necklace makes a statement, so we don't have to make a statement with the earrings too, but they will coordinate. I just have to pick out the colors. Yeah. To make the earrings, you'll need a couple of eye pins. These are 2 different lengths, but they'll be okay. I can still use them. 2 of the black beads, or whatever color you like. I've got 2 of the silver beads. The hard part now is what other color do I want to put with this? There's so many pretty colors. What color do I want? Oh gosh, I think I'm going to go with purple. I've got plenty of purple left. So let's go ahead and, well, we need another color. How's that? One more color. Purple and what? Or do I want blue? Let's do blue and purple. Why not? Or that pretty translucent aqua. Yeah, let's do that. All right. We're going to just go with the, let's say we put the black bead on the bottom and the silver bead and the purple bead. Or we could put the aqua bead. Here we go. So many choices. This is what I have, the purple and the black. You can use whatever color you'd like. Just pushing the beads down. Could add a seed bead or something here, but I'm just going to go ahead and bend this at the top of the purple bead. Trim it down to 3/8. Let's make our loop. Oh yeah, I need to get some ear wires, huh? Getting excited here because we have moved on to the earrings. Ear wires. Ear wires here. Might need to get some more out. There's one. Got a pair of ear wires. Let's open the loop on the ear wire sideways and go ahead and attach this. You could put the black at the top or the purple, or as I said, whatever color you're working with. But that's the top part. Let's do the same thing here. We want black, silver, purple. Push the beads down. The eye of the eye pin is at the bottom. And you could just slip this in and then finish closing it. That's partially done. Now where's those 1-inch head pins? Right here. Let's go ahead and make a little dangle for these earrings. Got the blue. Same thing, I'm going to just put that at the very tip, bend that, trim it down, make a loop, and I could have closed it all the way and then opened it sideways, but I decided to go ahead and slip this on. Sometimes it's best to just close it and then open it back up, but I don't want that to fall out. I think it's not closed enough. Let's do the other one. Oh, I closed it all the way. Open it sideways and attach it. So here's the earrings that I made to go with this necklace. Keep watching here, and I'm going to show you the necklace and the earrings up close in some photos, and then on a jewelry display, and then I'll try it on. And I'm also going to show you the practice necklace so you see the difference between the one with less bead bars versus the final necklace that I made. Yeah, I'm really glad I added more beads, but here they are. And keep watching because I'm going to see you on the other side.
A handmade treasure uniquely mine. Started with something old and small. Now it's the greatest piece of all. Upcycling jewelry lights the spark, turning simple things to wearable art. You can do this too.
This is my first necklace, my practice necklace, and it has 9 bead bars and 9 dangles. I'll try to get it to focus. It doesn't always focus well, but I'll try here. Let's see if I can get it to focus. But that's with 9, and I'm going to try it on to show you what 9 looks like before I move on to the other one. So hold on just a second here, and I'll get this on. But before I try it on, if you'd like to see the video to make this wearable art necklace, I'll leave a link at the end of the video, along with my QR code for tools and things like that. But give me a second here, and I'll change out and try this on. I hope it's showing up for you. You know, when I made the first practice necklace, I was really happy with it when I was done. And I thought, you know, this is plenty of little bead bars and bead dangles. I don't need to do any more. But, you know, I had some beads left, so I decided to add more to the second necklace. And I was really surprised how much I really liked having more of these on here. You can add as many as you'd like. And of course, by practicing, I learned about the spacing and what I needed to do to get the curvature that I wanted. So this is the practice necklace and earrings. Okay, I'm going to put on the final necklace. Well, first I'm going to show it to you on the display. I took the other one off already, but look at that. I mean, come on. Isn't that wearable art? I'm going to be honest with you, and I don't mean to brag in any way, shape, or form, but when I got done with this one and I tried it on, I looked in the mirror and I said, wow. Wow. I mean, that's the first moment that I knew I had made what I call wearable art. I walked down the hall. I had a black top on. I walked down the hall, I showed it to Mark, and I waited to see what his opinion was. And he just had me come closer and show it to him. And he said, what do you think he said? No prompting from me. Mark said, wow. That was the final confirmation that I needed to know that I had made something very unique. And he agreed with me that I had made something unique, something very unique, and I could call it wearable art. What do you think? Is this something that you would make? But before you go, I'm going to try it on and show you what it looks like. What do you think? It's on the first jump ring. I'm not using the extension chain right now. I wanted to show it to you at the shorter length, which I honestly don't know exactly what the length is. It's probably around 17 or so, 17 and a half right now. Would you call this wearable art? Is this a necklace that you see every day on women? Or do you consider it perhaps a little bit, just a little bit of wearable art? I mean, gosh. And then the earrings, you know. And yes, I'm keeping the... Sorry, but the whole idea of my videos is to inspire you to get into your own bead stash and have some fun. It doesn't take a lot of chain. It doesn't take a lot of beads. It takes a little bit of time and some patience. Okay, yes, it takes some patience, but it's so worth it. I would love for you to have a necklace like this, and I hope you give it a try. So if you enjoyed this video, I do appreciate that thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed. Some of you think you are, but you're not. And as always, thanks for watching. I'm Vicki, and I'll see you in the next video. And leave a comment. Leave a comment. Is it wearable art? Did I do it? Did I pull it off? Another wearable art necklace? I think so. But what do you think?
Create the look your spirit